Hello, my dear friend. I hope you're doing well and that life is treating you with kindness today. I'm so glad you're here because I want to share something truly special with you. Imagine for a moment you're walking into a room full of people you've never met before. You feel a bit nervous, unsure of how to make a great impression, and you wonder how you can connect with them. Maybe even win them over. Sounds familiar, right? Well, you're not alone. We've all felt that way at some point, whether it's a job interview, meeting new people, or trying to get someone to see things from your perspective. That's where How to Win Friends and Influence People by Dale Carnegie comes in. And trust me, it's more than just a book. It's a powerful guide on how to navigate human interactions with ease, build genuine relationships, and influence others without manipulating them. Dale Carnegie was a pioneer in the field of personal development. And this book, first published in 1936, has stood the test of time. Why? Because it's not just about quick fixes. It's about understanding people, showing genuine care, and communicating in a way that resonates with them. Carnegie's techniques aren't complicated. They're simple, yet profound, grounded in real life experiences and stories. Here's a little story to give you an idea of why this book is so incredible. Dale Carnegie was just a regular man who once was shy and uncertain like many of us. He was always looking for ways to improve his own relationships and connect with others more effectively. And through his journey, he learned the power of empathy, listening, and making others feel truly valued. With that wisdom, he built one of the most successful courses in human relationships, which led to the creation of this book. What makes How to Win Friends and Influence People so amazing is its relatability. It's not just a book full of tips and tricks, but a reminder that being kind, genuinely interested in others, and treating people with respect can open doors in both your personal and professional life. It's about creating lasting connections, not temporary wins. So, if you're looking to build better relationships, gain trust, and become the kind of person others genuinely enjoy being around, this book will guide you every step of the way. It's not about winning people. It's about truly understanding them and making them feel heard and appreciated. And in doing so, you'll find that not only will people be drawn to you, but they'll want to follow your lead too. I truly believe this book has the potential to change the way you interact with others and make your journey in life that much richer. Give it a read and let's walk through these insights together. Part 1. Fundamental Techniques in Handling People. If you want to gather honey, don't kick over the beehive. Imagine you're a beekeeper tending to your hives. If you want to gather honey, you wouldn't go around knocking over the beehive, right? You'd be gentle, patient, and considerate. Well, the same principle applies to dealing with people. Too often, we approach others with criticism, judgment, or harshness, thinking we'll get the results we want. But Carnegie teaches us that criticism only leads to defensiveness and resentment. Instead, try to understand people, empathize with their feelings, and treat them with kindness. When we approach others with warmth and positivity, they become far more receptive to us and are much more likely to cooperate. If you want to get the best out of someone, you need to focus on encouragement, not condemnation. By focusing on their strengths, you are more likely to inspire the change or action you desire. The big secret of dealing with people. Here's the secret. The only way to influence other people is to talk about what they want and show them how to get it. It's that simple. And yet, so often, we miss this key point. Instead of focusing on what we want or need, Carnegie reminds us that we should focus on others' desires and motivations. When you talk to someone, whether it's a friend, colleague, or customer, try to understand what drives them. What are they passionate about? What do they care about? By aligning your message with their needs and desires, you'll be far more persuasive and influential. People are naturally drawn to those who show genuine interest in their well-being and goals. He who can do this has the whole world with him. He who cannot walks a lonely way. One of Carnegie's most powerful points in this section is that if you can learn to genuinely care for others, you'll unlock the key to meaningful relationships and success. People like to feel understood and appreciated. When you focus on making others feel important without flattery, you'll create bonds that last. It's not about being manipulative. It's about being authentic in your appreciation for others. Think about the people in your life who have made you feel valued. Their kindness and attentiveness are likely what drew you to them. This is the kind of influence you should aim to cultivate. Part 2. 6 ways to make people like you. 1. Do this and you'll be welcome anywhere. One of the easiest ways to make a lasting impression and build rapport is by showing genuine interest in others. People love to talk about themselves, and by asking open-ended questions and really listening to their responses, you're doing more than just engaging in conversation. You're letting them feel valued. If you've ever met someone who made you feel like the most important person in the room, you've experienced the power of showing real interest. It's not about flattery. It's about truly caring. Try to take a genuine interest in others and you'll find that people are naturally drawn to you. Number 2. A simple way to make a good first impression. Did you know that a smile is one of the greatest and easiest way to make a great first impression? When you greet someone with a warm, sincere smile, it can instantly put them at ease and set a positive tone for the interaction. Think of the last time someone smiled at you. It probably made you feel welcomed and comfortable, right? Carnegie emphasizes that a smile can convey warmth, friendliness, and openness, making it a powerful tool for building connections. So next time you meet someone new, remember to smile. It might be simple, but it's incredibly effective. 3. If you don't do this, you're headed for trouble. Carnegie shares a simple yet profound truth here. Remember that a person's name is to that person the sweetest sound in any language. It might seem small, but remembering and using someone's name shows them respect and recognition. When we hear our name, we feel important, noticed, and valued. Next time you're in a conversation, try using the person's name. It shows them that you see them as an individual and that they matter. It's such a simple thing, yet it can have a huge impact on how connected and valued someone feels. Number 4. An easy way to become a good conversationalist. Many people are afraid of small talk or struggle to keep a conversation going. But Carnegie shares the secret. Ask questions. People love talking about themselves, their experiences, and their passions. If you're genuinely curious and ask open-ended questions, the other person will naturally want to share. Instead of feeling the pressure to always say something interesting or clever, focus on being a good listener. This allows the other person to feel heard and appreciated, and it helps you form a deeper connection with them. Number 5, how to interest people. If you want to grab someone's attention, speak about their interests. One of the best ways to engage someone is to understand what excites them and align your conversation with that. Whether it's work, hobbies, or something they're passionate about. Focusing on what interests them makes you a more compelling conversationalist. Carnegie emphasizes that people are naturally drawn to those who can connect with them on topics that matter to them. By finding common ground, you make your interactions more enjoyable and meaningful for everyone involved. Lastly, how to make people like you instantly. The key to instantly connecting with others lies in genuine warmth and attention. People can sense when you're truly present in the moment and when you care about them. Carnegie suggests focusing on making the other person feel important without resorting to flattery. This goes beyond simple compliments. It's about showing authentic appreciation for who they are as a person. When you approach people with this mindset, you make them feel good about themselves, which naturally makes them like you. The goal isn't to impress them, but to make them feel valued and seen. Part 3. How to win people to your way of thinking. You can't win an argument. Have you ever won an argument and felt like you lost anyway? That's because when you win an argument, you often alienate the other person and they walk away feeling defeated, not persuaded. Carnegie teaches us that arguing is never a productive way to change someone's mind. Instead, avoid arguments altogether. If you try to win by proving the other person wrong, you end up hurting their pride and causing resentment. Instead, try to find common ground and gently steer the conversation in a direction where both parties can agree. When you make others feel respected and understood, they are much more likely to listen to your perspective. A sure way of making enemies and how to avoid it. Have you ever felt misunderstood or offended by a comment or action? Carnegie points out that criticizing others is one sure way to make enemies and drive people away. Criticism puts others on the defensive and creates negative feelings that are difficult to undo. Instead of focusing on what's wrong with others, try to see things from their perspective and encourage them with kindness. Criticism often leads to resentment, but empathy and understanding pave the way for connection and cooperation. So, focus on how you can offer constructive feedback without hurting feelings. If you're wrong, admit it. It can be incredibly hard to admit when you're wrong, but Carnegie encourages us to do that. When you admit your mistakes quickly and sincerely, it immediately disarms the other person and puts them at ease. It shows humility, openness, and honesty, and it builds trust in your relationships. Instead of trying to defend your actions or cover up mistakes, own up to them. People will respect you more and they'll be more willing to hear your side of things when it's your turn to speak. A drop of honey. This principle is all about persuading with kindness. Carnegie shares a simple yet powerful idea. When you want to influence someone, make your approach sweet, like a drop of honey. Instead of being harsh or demanding, appeal to others' sense of pride, interests, and self-worth. For example, instead of criticizing a colleague's work, praise their efforts and suggest improvements in the way that doesn't make them feel small. People are much more likely to follow you when they feel respected and valued. The secret of Socrates. Socrates was a master of asking questions that made others think deeply. Carnegie encourages us to adopt a similar approach by asking questions instead of giving direct orders. Instead of telling someone what to do, lead them to the solution by asking thoughtful questions that guide them to the right conclusion on their own. This method not only helps the other person arrive at the answer themselves, but also makes them feel empowered and respected, rather than being told what to do. The safety valve in handling complaints. When people complain, they often just want to be heard. Listening carefully and acknowledging their feelings can diffuse tension and open the door to productive conversations. Carnegie suggests giving the other person the chance to express their concerns before offering your own solution. By offering a listening ear and validating their feelings, you make it easier to work together toward a solution without escalating the conflict. How to get cooperation. One of the best ways to get people to cooperate with you is by making them feel like they are part of the solution. Instead of imposing your own ideas, ask for their input and invite them to collaborate. When people feel involved in the decision-making process, they are much more likely to take ownership of the outcome and work towards success. Carnegie emphasizes that people are more cooperative when they feel respected and valued for their contributions. A formula that will work wonders for you. Carnegie's formula for success is simple. Begin in a friendly way. Whether you're trying to convince someone to change their mind or ask for a favor, start by creating a positive, friendly atmosphere. This sets the tone for the conversation and makes the other person more receptive to your ideas. People are more open to hearing your perspective when they feel that you are approaching them with warmth and respect. What everybody wants. What everyone wants, whether they realize it or not, is to feel important. Carnegie encourages us to recognize and reinforce others' sense of importance without flattery, by making others feel like their thoughts and feelings matter. You build a strong, lasting bond. When you make people feel significant, they are naturally drawn to you and want to help you succeed. An appeal that everybody likes. Everyone appreciates the idea of saving face. That is, preserving their dignity and self-respect. When you make an appeal to someone's ego or self-esteem in a positive way, it helps them feel valued and understood. Carnegie teaches that framing your ideas in a way that highlights the benefit to others increases the likelihood of getting their buy-in. The movies do it, TV does it, why don't you do it? One of the most powerful ways to influence others is by telling a compelling story. Just like movies and TV shows captivate our attention through narrative, we can persuade and influence by telling stories that resonate with people's emotions and values. By sharing stories that illustrate your points and make people feel something, you create a more memorable and persuasive argument. When nothing else works, try this. When all else fails, try to give the other person an escape route. If you're asking for something or trying to change someone's mind, give them the ability to save face. Let them feel like they have a choice and avoid putting them in a position where they feel cornered. Part 4. Be a leader. How to change people without giving offense or arousing resentment. If you must find fault, this is the way to begin. When you need to criticize someone, start by highlighting what they've done well. Beginning with praise softens the blow and makes the person more receptive to your feedback. By focusing on their strengths first, you create an environment where they feel respected and are more likely to accept constructive criticism. How to criticize and not be hated for it. If you need to offer criticism, Carnegie suggests doing so in a way that helps the person grow. Instead of focusing on their mistakes, provide suggestions for improvement in a gentle, non-accusatory way. People are more likely to take your feedback seriously if they feel supported, not attacked. Talk about your own mistakes first. When you need to give feedback, start by sharing your own mistakes. This creates a sense of empathy and shows the other person that you understand how difficult it can be to make mistakes. When you humble yourself, others are more likely to open to your suggestions. No one likes to take orders. Instead of giving direct orders, try to ask for cooperation. People prefer to be asked rather than told what to do, as it respects their autonomy. By asking, you invite collaboration rather than imposing your will. Let the other person save face. When offering criticism or feedback, give the other person a chance to maintain their dignity. Allow them to save face, and they'll be much more likely to accept your advice without resentment. Protecting others' self-respect is crucial to build strong, trust-based relationships. How to spur people on to success. Encourage people by focusing on their potential and emphasizing that they're capable of achieving. Carnegie's method is all about motivating others to succeed by recognizing their strengths and inspiring them to reach new heights. Give a dog a good name. Carnegie shares a simple principle. Give people a reputation to live up to. If you see potential in someone, tell them you believe in their abilities. This positive reinforcement encourages them to rise to the challenge and perform to the best of their abilities. Make the fault seem easy to correct. When you're offering feedback, try to make the solution seem simple and attainable. If the problem feels overwhelming, people may feel discouraged. But if you present it as something easy to fix, they'll feel empowered to take action. Make the other person happy about doing the thing you suggest. Finally, if you want someone to do something, make them feel good about it. Frame your request in a way that appeals to their interests and makes them feel like they're doing something positive. When people feel good about helping you, they'll be more likely to follow through. What a journey we've been on through Dale Carnegie's timeless masterpiece, How to Win Friends and Influence People. As we've explored the depths of his principles, we've discovered that the art of human connection, influence, and leadership is not about manipulation. It's about kindness, empathy, and the genuine desire to uplift others. In this book, Carnegie reveals that by mastering the simple yet profound skills of listening, showing appreciation, offering praise, admitting our mistakes, and encouraging others, we can build relationships that not only thrive but also empower those around us. It's a gentle reminder that we are all human, seeking recognition, understanding, and a sense of belonging. By treating people with warmth and respect, we can create lasting bonds that inspire cooperation, success, and happiness in both our personal and professional lives. Whether you're trying to win someone over, lead a team, or just build stronger friendships, Carnegie's principles are as relevant today as they were when the book was first published. It's not about being perfect or winning every argument. It's about building trust, fostering genuine connections, and encouraging the best in others. And when you do that, you not only enrich your own life, but also the lives of those around you. So, my friend, as you move forward in your life, remember these lessons. Be kind, listen deeply, and always focus on making others feel valued. The doors of influence, cooperation, and lasting relationships will open wide for you. Let's go out into the world, one meaningful connection at a time, and create a life filled with purpose, love, and incredible influence. With all my love and best wishes, keep shining brightly.